I do love colors, nevertheless black is cool. Black works with everything, is timeless, and more importantly it helps to be stealthy. So let's activate stealth mode. The 3 bags that I'd love to show and recommend to you are all very black and therefore stealthy. They don't draw too much attention to them and therefore fit almost any situation, time or clothing. Nevertheless, they still look very good and cool. The first bag is from one of my favorite brands. This is the Evergoods CTB26. Evergoods always makes amazing bags that adapt to your packing style and that are always built like a tank. CTB26 is short for Civic Travel Bag 26 liters. And with its capacity of 26 liters, it's right in between an everyday carry and a carry-on bag, making this an amazing choice for anyone who likes their bags to be multi-purpose. The clamshell opening helps a lot to easily load and unload all of your items. Speaking of items, the bag has plenty of space and slots to organize all of your items. In the front you have an organizer pocket for all of your items that you want to access quickly. The side axis and the pockets that help to utilize the vertical space is one of my favorites. This way, A, you don't need to rummage around from the top, but rather you can easily find anything even if it had slide down to the bottom. And B, because the slots are arranged top to bottom, you can be rest assured that your items are not just all accumulated at the bottom, but rather use the whole vertical space. Then you have a back compartment with a side axis that houses the suspended laptop slot with some extra space for notebooks or magazines, for instance. Moreover, you have 2 quick access stash pockets on the top, great for your phone or keys. On the sides are 2 stretch pockets that are great for bottles or, if you ride a motorcycle like me, your gloves. Evergoods has always great grab handles and the CTB26 has one on the top and one on the side. Inside the main compartment's lids there are 2 zippered pockets, one of which is mesh so you can easily see your items. So overall, plenty of space and pockets to organize all of your stuff. In general, it is very similar to the Evergoods bags that I have reviewed before, but with more space and pockets. Therefore, I would recommend to check out another of my Evergoods reviews in the info tab above. The next bag that gets my stealth mode description is the Haize Project Clamshell 25. I reviewed the Haize Project backpack a while back. See the video in the info tab above. Compared to that bag, this bag, as the name implies, is a clamshell opening bag, making this much easier to load and unload. However, it is important to say that this isn't fully clamshell opening like the Evergoods. The lid just opens at about 75%. Just like the Evergoods CTB26, it walks the line of being both an EDC and a carry-on backpack. But other than the CTB26, it has a bright inner lining, making finding small items in the dark much easier. But also just looks very cool in my humble opinion. Haize Project puts a focus on modularity with most of their bags. Therefore, you can find a bunch of attachment points onto which you can attach additional components. So for some of you, all of these attachment points, loops and straps might look a little bit busy, but that is subjective of course. Speaking of straps, in addition to the 2 bottom compression straps, there are these 2 top compression straps with V-buckle fit locks that also secure the clamshell opening accidentally from opening itself. If the buckles are closed, the opening kind of acts like a top-loading bag. Inside the main compartment on the lid, you have 2 mesh pockets. Great to organize small items, utilize the vertical space and see everything at a glance. But keep in mind, due to the lid only opening 75% and the lid having a somewhat trapezoid shape, these pockets are smaller than on the Evergoods for instance. There is a well-padded and suspended separate laptop slot with 2 small drop-in slots. And on the top front there is a quick access compartment great for your phone or keys. Left and right there are 2 open side pockets, but they aren't very flexible, so depending on how full your main compartment is, it will get more difficult to load in a water bottle for instance. This bag is a great alternative to the CTB26 if you want to utilize all of the attachment points and therefore the modularity. Also the black 1600 RPET polyurethane coating is a bit easier to clean if you splash it with dirt on a bicycle or motorcycle. While both bags are weatherproof, the material of the Haize is slightly easier to wipe off dirt and clean. Before I tell you about the last bag that actually has become one of my favorites and might land a spot in my top 5 of 2023 bags, please let me introduce to you Mukama.com. If you're living in Europe just like me, you probably ask yourself how to get a bag like Evergoods, Blackember or Haize Project without having to deal with expensive overseas shipping. To answer this question, I want to thank Mukama.com. This video is supported by advertisement of carefully curated brands that I have used, reviewed or trust myself. Mukama is a Europe-based online store that carries a fresh selection and wide range of curated bag and EDC items from great brands like Evergoods. With almost a decade of being in business, they have a proven record of reliable service you can count on. So check out Mukama.com for all of your bag and EDC needs. The last bag in this stealth mode collection is the Blackember Citadel R3. And before you comment, yes, it is not completely black. I added a touch of color with these additional orange straps. Do I need them? Or will I ever carry something on them outside of the bag? No, but it just looks great. Blackember bag, in my humble opinion, are the quintessential definition of stealth. Their design language and choices of materials have always been somewhat sci-fi James Bond style to me. I always loved the old fabrics, but Blackember switched to 420 Velocity Cordura Recore RN66, which is also a great material. This is the 25-liter version of the Citadel R3. While just in terms of numbers, it has a similar capacity than the other two, and you still can fit a bunch of items inside, I was actually surprised that it actually is very streamlined. The perceived size and bulk is much smaller than most other 25-liter-ish bags, making this an amazing everyday carry backpack. It looks smaller than it actually is and feels extremely comfortable and, more importantly, balanced. When a backpack is too bulky or, let's say, drop shaped, plus thick or deep in terms of how far it goes away from your back, you can actually feel it more when you're walking. But with this being so slim, it actually somewhat feels like nothing on your back and therefore much more balanced because everything is closer to your body. But also this means the capacity might feel much more cramped if you do a direct comparison to the CTB26. That being said, I personally consider this much more an everyday carry backpack and would not necessarily use it as a carry-on backpack despite its claimed volume. Inside the main compartment you have 3 compartments. One zippered compression compartment with a drop-in slot for maybe a notebook or tablet, and then another zippered pocket. One big downside of this bag: all 3 of these pockets are just deep holes, so anything you put into these pockets slides down and accumulates at the bottom. This makes finding stuff more difficult and packing more cumbersome. Therefore, I would highly recommend to pack modular with pouches. Feel free to check out my old but still relevant video on how to pack modular in the info tab above. So I utilized the Track fold-in pouch for my extended EDC, the Bellroy Carryology collaboration pencil case, and the Bellroy Tech pouch inside this compression pocket. Now they stack on top of each other and I utilize the whole vertical space of that pocket. On the outside you have a separate laptop slot, a big front compartment and a quick access compartment. Just like the other 2 bags, this bag is incredibly well made and very comfortable to carry. I really love using this bag for work. It looks amazing and it is a high contender for a spot in my top 5 bags of 2023. All of these bags are amazing. Not only are they stealthy and sleek looking, but they are amazingly well and durably made. The Evergoods CTB26 is great if you want an all-rounder for EDC and weekend trips. The Haize Project Clamshell 25 gives you the option for external modularity with all of the attachment points, and to me it feels great for commuting on a bicycle or motorcycle due to its easy to clean weatherproof fabrics. The Blackember Citadel R3 25 is my favorite of the 3 in terms of looks, but also for everyday carry. It's not my choice for traveling, but for EDC and going to the office or day trips, this bag is amazing. So which one of these is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And if you have any more questions, also comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, click the like button. And please feel free to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell icon so you won't miss next videos. Also check out my Instagram, second channel and podcast at You Know The Bow. Stay safe and healthy everyone, and I'll see you in next videos. Thank you very much.